You stand on the bridge over a deep, misty chasm. The iron gates of Avadon are before you. Beyond is your new life, full of adventure, danger, power, wealth, and service to the Pact. The Black Fortress looms over you, perched on an enormous granite peak. The gates open a crack, granting you entrance. You step through, and your service to Avadon begins. Hello, 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 and welcome to Three Low. I'm Sir Jaxxy, and this is our first look at Avadon, the Black Fortress. Now, this is an older RPG, and the reason I'm doing this is because Avadon 3 just launched in the last couple days. So I figured I'd take a look at Avadon, the Black Fortress, which is the first one, and Avadon 2. The Avadon series is put out by Spiderweb Software, which is a small indie development company. It's run by Jeff Vogel and his wife, Marian Krizan. I know I said that wrong. I do apologize to her for that. Jeff is known for his storytelling ability. He's a fantastic writer and storyteller. And all of the Spiderweb Software titles are very, very story heavy and story driven. Avadon came out back in 2011, in August of 2011. And along with the Avadon series, they're also known for the Genforge series, as well as Blades of Exile, which was one of their first titles, I believe. The Exile series, which I think had 3 in it, Exile 1, 2, and 3. Nevergate, and the Avernum series, which is actually a little confusing on that one because there's Avernum 1 through 3, which is the first Trinity. Then there's Avernum 4 through 6, which is the second trilogy, or Trinity, I'm not sure which. And then there's Avernum Escape from the Pit, which came out after all of those. And then Avernum 2, the Dark Crystal, I believe is what it's called, came out, which was the latest one to come out, which came out last year. So, anyway, I'm babbling. So let's jump in, take a look at our settings here. Settings are very simplistic. Difficulty, you set it when you take it, either load a game or when you start a new game. You got your scrolling speed, which it can be set to slow, normal, or fast. We're going to leave it on normal. If we need to turn it down, we will. Warning before pause on combat can be on or off. I'm not sure exactly what that is, so we're going to leave it on. You can take and bind your keyboard keys, which is always nice, but we're going to leave those as the default right now. Oops. So, there we go. And then you get your graphics settings. Now, your graphics are actually set, your resolution is actually set prior to starting the game. It's a config program or file that pops up asking you what resolution you want. We're set to 1920 by 1080, so 1080p. You've got your graphics extra detail. You can draw all, don't draw any. Your game area size, normal, small, or whole window. We're going to set this to whole window because, as you see, there's black bars right now, and those should disappear when we start the game set to whole window. Color depth at startup, use default. Always use 16-bit or always use 32-bit. We're going to leave it at 32-bit. We're going to take and draw the full combat grid. We're going to put the text size at larger, partially because I'm going blind as a bat, according to my wife, and also partially because, well, I want you guys to be able to see it. Now in sound volume, you've got quiet. Oops, that's background sounds. You can turn those on or off, but sound volume, you only have quiet, normal, or off. Normal's way too loud, so we leave it on quiet. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything, so let's jump into a new game. So, here we get our character creation, where, well, we don't really get to create a character, but we do get to take and, pick what we want for our class. So we can be a Blade Master, and a Blade Master is a true warrior. He is most comfortable in a massive suit of plate armor, wielding a sword and shield, or a huge halberd. However you say it, halberd. Anyhow. Big old axe. Anyway, striding boldly into a crowd of foes and sending them flying with mighty blows. Blade Masters are not subtle. Blade Masters are natural leaders. Their war cries can strengthen their allies and weaken their foes. They can also challenge enemies, keeping them away from fragile members of your group. So basically, they're your tank. Then we have your Shadow Walkers, which are the equivalent of an assassin. The Shadow Walkers are warriors of the shadows. They count on cunning and evasion, slipping through the guards of their enemies and delivering lethal blows. They can attack with blades, thrown razor disc, and pots of noxious and deadly alchemical substances, i.e. poison. Okay, and then vanish into thin air. Shadow Walkers have many tricks to evade, stun, poison, and heavily damage foes. Also, Shadow Walkers can pick locks and disarm traps. Next is the Shaman. Now, you notice the Blade Master and Shadow Walker, those were male characters. And then the the Shaman and the Sorceress are female. They are gender locked, get over it. I'm not happy with it, but that's the way it is. The Shaman has dedicated her life to nature, and nature, in return, has rewarded her with great power. She can use her connection to the wilds to heal and bless her allies. And, when angered, she can call wind, lightning, and fire to devastate those who challenge her. A Shaman is rarely alone. She can call wolves, or eventually drakes, to serve and protect her. Also, she has the unique ability to heal wounded allies. And then we have the Sorceress. And the Sorceress has dedicated her life to the mastery of the arcane arts. Fragile in battle, she makes up for it with the ability to summon forth clouds of fire, lightning, or ice, obliterating her foes. But that is not all. A sorceress can even cloud the minds of foes, even potentially causing them to fight for her. She can bless allies and curse enemies. She can even use spells to pick locks and disarm traps. I'm really torn here between the Shaman and the Sorceress. Main reason is I like to take it, I like to play a Beastmaster character, to sum it up, be able to call beast, animals, whatever you want to say, to help me with fighting. But then again, it would come in real handy to have a character that could take and pick locks and disarm traps. Having said that, we're going to go ahead and go with the Shaman. And we're going to name her Lady Jaxxy. What a surprise. Whoa. Got stuck. Lady Jaxxy. And we're going to play on normal. You've got casual, which is for people who are new to fantasy role-playing games or just want to easily experience a storyline. Your foes are far less threatening. Got normal. The game starts out quite easy. but becomes a challenge as you get close to the end. A nice moderate difficulty level, or a harder difficulty setting for the more experienced gamer. Your foes will do more damage and be a lot harder to kill. And then you got tournament mode, the ultimate challenge for the warriors of Avadon. You will need to use every trick and fully utilize every ability to defeat the nasty enemies arrayed against you. So we're just going to do normal. You are a warrior of the Midland Pact. The Pact is an alliance of 5 nations, banded together for safety. The Far Lands, enemies of the Pact, surrounded on all sides. These are nations of barbarians, raiders, titans, fated, jealous empires, all waiting for a sign of weakness. The Pact has one purpose: to crush the Far Lands and keep them weak and divided. Otherwise, they will invade your homeland, take what they want, and massacre whoever stands in their way. You have spent your life training and preparing to defend the Pact, and you have done well. Your skill and potential has earned you the greatest of honors. You have been sent to serve at a new fortress, Avadon. The Black Fortress. The warriors of Avadon watch over the 5 nations of the Pact. When anyone acts to harm the peace and tranquility of the Pact, Avadon has the authority to destroy them. Its authority and independence are almost without limit. And Avadon's power is not only over the outsiders of the Far Lands. Anyone who tries to weaken the Pact from within is subject to punishment. Brigands, spies, politicians, all have reason to fear the Eye of Avadon and the attention of its master, Keeper Redbeard. Avadon has watched over the Pact for 3 centuries. Its warriors wield the finest weapons. Its wizards can learn the most powerful spells, and the Keeper of the Black Fortress, Redbeard, directs them all. Few outsiders know anything about Redbeard. There are plenty of rumors. Some say that he has 3 wives, each a deadly warrior. You've heard that assassins try to kill him every week. They all fail, and in turn, receive the most gruesome punishments imaginable. Some believe that Redbeard can see into your dreams. Outsiders, if they are lucky, never get close enough to Avadon to learn the truth. But you, today, will meet Redbeard yourself. You are standing outside the gates of the Black Fortress. You stand on the bridge over a deep, misty chasm. The iron gates of Avadon are before you. Beyond is your new life, full of adventure, danger, power, wealth, and service to the Pact. The Black Fortress looms over you, perched on an enormous granite peak. The gates open a crack, granting you entrance. You step through, and your service to Avadon begins. So we can see where this is extremely story heavy just to begin with. That was just the introduction, for crying out loud, people. Okay, so welcome to Avadon. These messages will pop up to help you learn to play the game. Click somewhere to move your character. Okay, click. You start to cross Avadon's entry garden. Considering how terrified most of the Lanias is of this fortress, it seems rather pleasant. Ponds, nicely tended lawn. To the east is another pair of gates leading further into the fortress. A pair of guards wearing plate armor and wielding massive swords stand to either side. There is also an elderly man in long flowing robes. He has a pair of what looks like wolves in front of him. He is shouting commands at them. They don't seem concerned. Keep crossing the courtyard to the east. Okay. So I guess we keep going this way. I don't see anything really to pick up. I mean, if we go over here, we can check and see. Nope. Okay, so let's go this way, see what we can see. You get closer to the old man and his two wolves, though from this distance you can see that something is not right about these animals, like their lack of hair and their purple flesh and the veins throbbing all along their backs and legs. The man in robes is holding up a scrap of meat and giving suggestions like, stand, sit, roll over. The wolf creatures don't respond. Then you get close, which gets an instant reaction out of them. They turn and look at you. Then they bar their teeth and begin to snarl. Let's watch them quietly. The twisted wolf things are no longer distracted by the pitiful scraps of meat the old man dangles before them. You see much softer and fresher. However, the old man and the guards don't seem to react to this. They just watch silently with interest. Is this some sort of test? The guards smile, perhaps thinking back to trials of their own, but the old man shakes his head. A test? No, you are a hand. You are supposed to aid in my work. This is your job. I will explain more when you are done. The creatures lurch clumsily towards you, one of your right and one to the left. Then they start to run, teeth bared. Prepare to defend yourself. You have little equipment, but you were not foolish enough to travel through the wilderness without a weapon. You prepare to rid the garden of the old man's pets. When the wolves attack, you will enter combat mode. You will then learn how to defend yourself. Okay. You are now in combat. In battle, all of the characters take turns acting. During your turn, you can move, attack, cast spells, use items, and so on. Press the spacebar to end your turn early. To attack a wolf, click on it. Defeat these enemies. Later, you will learn about spells and other abilities. Okay, so we gotta attack a wolf, I guess. Or wait for them to attack me. We'll attack them. Okay. We missed. Ouch. Okay, one down. When you are next to a foe and then move away, your enemy will stop your movement. You will only be able to move one space for the rest of the turn. If you need to end your turn early, you can do this by pressing the spacebar or clicking on your active character. Okay. Wasn't trying to move, I wanted to attack this thing. Oh, I see. Okay. So I guess I got a bow or something like that, I don't know. The hideous wolf creatures lie at your feet, dead. The guards, realizing that they have a mess to clean up, look annoyed. The old man just looks sad. Another month of work gone. I suppose I must work on my other trinkets for a while. Oh, I am sorry. I am Craftmaster Nicodemus, one of the mages of Avadon. I think I will be helping you in the future. You will be helping me? Oh yes, you are one of Redbeard's new hands. Yes? When you are given task, I will be giving you the benefit of my magic. Some of it even works better than these constructions. He waves at the wolves. You called me a hand. Oh, yes. Redbeard has hands, eyes, and hearts. I am an eye, and I am sure this will be explained inside. How dare you send your creatures to attack me? What? You are annoyed? But hands help me to deal with failed experiments all the time. It is the price they pay for the aid I give them. But you are young, and you will understand in time. I suppose you should see Heart Miranda. I think she is waiting for you, and she will explain what you need to know. Where is Heart Miranda? Craftmaster Nicodemus makes a signal. The gates begin to slowly open. Miranda is inside, directing things. There has been a serious disturbance, and she will be happy for your help. Now please, excuse me. Then he turns to his wolves, going down on one knee to examine them. Go east through the gate to find Heart Miranda. Her position is now marked on the map window. Okay, let's see. Oh, we're still in combat mode, okay. When no more enemies are visible, you can end combat mode by pressing this button or typing F. Okay. So, oh, there's a bowl, clay bowl. Let's take that. Don't know why, but why the heck not? It's laying on the ground anyway. What was that junk bag? Probably jumping ahead here, but open junk bag. You open your junk bag. If you don't want an item, put it here. Items in your junk bag can all be sold at once when you are selling items in a store. Oh, okay. Well, let's put that in my junk bag then. Okay. Anyway. So we're supposed to go through the gate. Avadon has many guards, all of them outfitted in fine armor and the highest quality weapons. They are warriors in the service of the Black Fortress, but they are not sent out into the field. They all regard you with a mix of contempt for your inexperience and envy at your potential. And, of course, should you turn out to be an assassin sent to kill Redbeard, they are ready to kill you. Okay, let's go in here. You step into the entry courtyard of Avadon. Fresh supplies are stacked everywhere, waiting to be distributed to the warriors and the craftspeople. When Avadon wants something, it gets it. However, the atmosphere of the fort is not what you expected. It is chaos. Guards and workers are running everywhere. You hear shouting in the distance, the smell of smoke, and you think blood hangs in the air. After a lifetime of hearing how deadly and invulnerable Avadon is, this chaos is somehow even more worrying. A woman stands in the middle of the courtyard, an island in the chaos, and directs the workers. This must be the Miranda you're supposed to present your letter of introduction to. Click her to talk to her. Anything here I can see? Weapon mode. You need to equip a missile weapon. Why am I in weapon mode? Shit. Anything on the ground I can steal? Nope. Why I would try and steal anything. Is that ropes? You can't zoom in either, which kind of sucks, and if you can, I don't know how, because I haven't found it yet. Oh, look at that. Well, let's go ahead and take this stuff. Those are boots on the floor. And Callan. A middle-aged woman crosses the courtyard, back and forth, shouting orders to the soldiers and workers. As hands enter and leave, she grabs them and gives them extra jobs to do. She wears a well-worn bow over her shoulder, and the insignia on her shoulder shows her to have considerable authority. She looks you over. A new hand. Always good to see, especially in times like these. I am Hand Callan. Hart Miranda will want most of your time, I think. But when she doesn't have her claws in you, you answer to me. What are you doing here? She laughs. Cleaning up messes. Why don't you come back and talk to me later? Miranda has made it clear that she reserves your labor for herself, and I don't need an argument right now. Go talk to her. Callan returns to work. The conversation ends. Okay. Oh, is that something on the ground? Oh, lots of stuff on the ground here. Jeez. What are those? Sheets of paper. Huh. Pen and ink. What's this? A candle. I should also mention that this game usually by default plays in OpenGL. However, when I did the OpenGL, I got a lot of flickering. I don't know if that was because of my recording software or what, but they also have another version that you can take and download. It's like a patch. I don't know exactly what to call it, but it's another file. You download the file, you put it into the main installation directory, and then you can take and start the game from that file, and that actually puts it into DirectX mode instead of into OpenGL. And right now we're playing in the DirectX version. Just thought I'd let you guys know that. Okay. Let's talk to Hart Miranda now. You walk up to the woman in the middle of the room. Like Craftmaster Nicodemus, she is wearing long, flowing robes. The traditional garb of the mage. She is in her early 50s. She has served here for a long time. She stops spouting orders and turns to you. Well, pity you did show up just a few hours ago. We could have used you. Do you have a letter of introduction? Fortunately, you were given one before you came here. She holds out her hand for it. Okay, let's give her the letter. She takes the letter, reads it, and nods. Then, I formally welcome you, Lady Jaxxy, and I declare you a Hand of Avadon, with all the privileges and responsibilities attached. Congratulations. She wads up the letter and tosses it onto the floor. A servant instantly collects it and carries it off. Normally, there would be a period of settling in, testing, and so on. But we have had some problems. All of our hands are out in the field, and there is something I need you to do now. Can you tell me about yourself? What? Security is broken, dozens are dead, and you want to know who am I? I am a Heart of Avadon. You will do everything I say, or you will suffer. I think that is clear enough. I am a hand. What does that mean? So much to learn, so little time to teach it. Avadon has hands, eyes, and hearts. And the Keeper. I am a heart, an honored advisor to the Keeper. You are a hand. Your job is to go out and do what needs doing. There will be a time to learn more when things are under control. And who is the Keeper? Surely you have heard of Redbeard, mighty master of Avadon. Do well, and you will stand before him. Displease him, and she gives you an evil smile. So, where can I learn more? I think there is a book on the topic near the quarters assigned to you. You can read it at your leisure later. Well, I have another question. Miranda is still directing workers and guards. She barks out a constant string of orders, which are all instantly obeyed. It is fair to say that everyone is terrified of her. What has happened here? You will soon learn that, in Avadon, you are told only what you need to know. This is for your protection and ours. Okay, so who decides what I need to know? The Keeper and the Hearts, like me. Okay, and what do I have to know? That we are having a very long day, and you need to help us keep it from getting longer. Well, I'm gonna be annoying. I got another question. What do you need me to do? She nods. Yes, enthusiasm. That is what I like to hear. We are trying to get things in the main fortress under control, but we have had to send most of our hands away. That means we need you to enter the dungeons and restore order. Round up some stray prisoners. You do not need to go alone. There are two hands who can help you. They are Sevelin and Nathalia, I believe. She points to the south. On the way down to the dungeons, you can choose one of them to help you. Once you have met the other hands, go downstairs and speak with Mamora. Okay, Mamora. He will tell you what fires to put out. The stairs down to the dungeons are now marked on your auto map. Okay, and who are Sevelin and Nathalie? Nathalie? Young hands like you, eager to distinguish themselves. In one case, extremely painfully eager. I can spare one of them for your cleanup task. What do I need to do in the dungeons? This is up to Mamora. Do what he says. You may use any equipment you may find, and if you survive, it will reflect very well upon you. Well, if I don't survive, then I'm dead and it don't matter, does it? Okay, that is vague. I don't want to die without knowing exactly why. Trust me, at the moment of your death, you will not care in the slightest about why it happened. Now, you are here, and it's time for you to serve. Go. The conversation ends. Okay, oops. Go to dungeons. The recent disruption has enabled many prisoners in the Avadon dungeons to escape. Go south and speak with Sevelin and Nathali, the hands, who can help you to regain control. Then go downstairs, find Mamora, and do whatever he tells you to do. To see the quest you currently have, open the journal screen. So I'm assuming, yeah, that's a journal screen. Special items, don't have any. Current quests, just have the one to go to the dungeons. Codex, this tells you some stuff. Linnaeus is the name given to all of the known lands surrounded by the endless sea. Okay. And my journal's empty. Okay. So we're done with that. Okie dokie. So we can take whatever equipment we find. Can we find any equipment? Let's look. Ooh, Avadon worker. Of course, Avadon requires a host of servants, cooks, craftspeople, and so on to keep it functioning. They are well paid, well fed, and at constant risk of falling victim to escaped prisoners, endangered assassins, or malfunctioning magical experiments. All of them recognize your rank and relatively high importance. They give you satisfyingly humble nods before they continue with their work. Okay. What about Callan? Does she have anything new? And Callan continues to tirelessly roam the halls of Avadon, looking for anyone who seems the least bit idle and putting them to work. She occasionally looks at you wistfully. There's much I could have you do, but Miranda is reserved you. What do you need of me? What are you doing here? She laughs. Cleaning up messes. Why don't you come back and talk to me later? Miranda has made it clear that she reserves your labor for herself, and I don't need an argument. Okay, that's old. Let's see. Anything else around this area that we can find to take down to the dungeon with us? Not that I could see. Okay. Not over here. Anything at all. It's a closed gate. What's this? Oh. The obelisk says, in memory of Hiram of KVA. Whatever. First keeper of Avadon. Lady Jaxxy, he died for you. You read it again. There it is. Your name appears to be carved in the stone. What a unique bit of magic. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Anything in these buckets? No. Is that something on the ground over there? Let's have a look-see. Oh, it is. It is meat. I have meat. Heal for 8 to 18. Cool. Let's see, anything else lying around here? Not that I can see so far. You enter Avadon's main storeroom, where most of the food, wood, and so on, brought to the Black Forest are kept. There has recently been a fight here. The stone floor is scorched, and splatters of blood dot the walls. The wounded and dead have been hauled away. Only one person is visible from here. A young sorceress stands by the scorched area, looking down at it. She is smiling. Okay, there's something on the floor over here. Another bowl. Yay. We'll put that in our junk bag. Oh, it's a basket. It's not a bowl. Okay, whatever. Oh, there's a bucket there. Oh, more rope. How about that? Bucket with water. Who knows what I might need it for? Is that another rope? It is! Yay! Three lovely ropes! Ha 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 ha! What's that? It's a little annoying to have to keep opening my inventory to be able to pick stuff up off the ground. I'm not sure exactly why they did that. Okay, put those in my junk bag thing again. What's this? A broken sword. Yeah, that could go into junk too. Whatever. Okay, let's talk to Nathalie. When you get close to the young sorceress, she looks up at you. She is breathing hard, still charged with adrenaline from her recent battle. I did it. I killed them. By myself. Not that I will get any notice for it, of course. She takes a moment to calm down. Oh, I am sorry. I am Nathalie, a hand of Avadon. I have spent long enough waiting for action that I need to take a moment to luxuriate in it. What happened here? 3 wretches came out of the dungeon. I was in the main courtyard when I heard them. I surprised and dispatched them, but not before. Wretches? Vile little humanoids, dumb and hungry, the scourge of the known lands. I don't know why Redbeard would bother to keep them around. Did they do any harm? They killed the quartermaster. Not a warrior, but a good man. I spent many hours speaking with him while waiting for something to do. A minute earlier, and I might have saved him. Okay, let's ask her something else. Nathalie has calmed down a little from when you first met her. Still here? Surely there is more to do. I only hope I can take part in it. I'm a hand as well. She nods. You have the look, and a weapon. I hope you have more luck getting sent out than I do. Well, I'm going to clean the dungeons. She looks startled. What? You? No offense, but you haven't been here. What, 10 minutes? When some of us have been waiting? Once again, she calms down. But you will probably need help. Isn't that the case? Taking one of the other hands with you? To share in the glory? Yes? You've been waiting to fight? Of course! I have spent my life working, training, and sharpening my talents to fight for Avadon. All those years, sun up to sun down, and my reward? Sitting in the Black Fortress, waiting to be allowed to risk my life. Yes, I want to fight and ask, but here I stay. Well, I can take one hand into the dungeon with me. It doesn't take her long to do the math. One hand? Out of two. Me and Sevelin, the warrior. Well, speak to Sevelin and compare. She looks at the scorched marks. I am eager and competent. He is, well, you can see for yourself. When you go downstairs, if you wish, I will come and join you. But you will select me, yes? And what can you do for me? I am a trained sorceress. I can summon bolts of fire and ice and direct them at our foes. I do not rely on crude armor or mundane weapons. However, so you might wish to help me keep a safe distance from our foes. A warrior would be useful. Her eyes darken in an instant. Useful? Yes. But ideal? I will be waiting here, standing ready, in case you change your mind. When you enter the dungeons, you will be able to choose who travels with you. Okay. Anything else laying around anywhere? Not seeing anything else. Ooh, what's this? Oh, gloves and a hat. Now let's go ahead and put these things on. Hat, gloves, armor plus 2%. Cool. Okay, so the boots are armor plus 5%, and the shoes are armor plus 2%. So let's put the boots on. Put the shoes in my junk bag. Probably not going to need the paper or the pen. But you never know, so we'll keep them down here, put the ropes up there. Okay, that should do that for now. Cool. Don't see anything laying on the ground, that stuff don't seem to work. You are at the entrance to the Avadon dungeons, final resting place of many foolish enough to fight the Pact. You notice that a heavy cloak has been left on a table nearby. It might be wise to put it on before descending into the low tunnels. Okay. So where is this cloak? Over here? There it is. So where does the cloak go? Here? Yes. What is that? Oh, plus 3% armor. Cool. Okay, let's go talk to Sevelin. Oh. Oh, look at that wine. How about that? Okay, Sevelin. There is a young warrior standing guard by the passage to the south, keeping close watch in case anything else nasty comes out of it. He turns to look at you. You see that he is about your age. His face bears a nasty scar, running diagonally down his face. He says, "Greetings, I am Sevelin. You are here to stand guard with me?" "No, I suppose not. We need to go fight now, don't we? I knew the time would come. I'll follow my orders. I always do." "And what are you doing here?" "Just trying to be of aid. When things went wrong this morning, All of the hands were sent out on this mission or that. Only I was left, he points to the north, and Nathalie. When the wretches came out of the dungeons, I thought I would stand guard until someone found a use for me. The gate is closed, but wretches can slip through the bars. Do you know what went wrong? I don't know. The hearts and eyes won't share any information with someone as lowly as me. As far as I can tell, something exploded, and everything escaped from the dungeons below. The hands can't help because they have all been sent out of the fortress on missions. He absent-mindedly touches his scar. Being a servant of Avadon doesn't keep us safe. Just the opposite. Do you know what is happening in the dungeon? No, but it must have been ugly. Few of the guards on duty down there made it out. I have another question. You have been wounded. Do you need help? At first, Sevelin isn't sure what you mean. He looks down at his armor, looking for signs of injury. Then, he realizes that you are referring to his scar and laughs bitterly. You mean this? This is an old mark. Easy to forget, it is there. I only remember it when I look in the mirror or when a stranger sees me. Well, how did it happen? He looks exasperated. Even if I enjoyed discussing it, this is not the best time. Okay, and you can still fight? Of course, if I am ever chosen for a mission again. Well, I'm going to clean out the dungeons. He nods. I am not surprised. Miranda needs to send a hand down there to clean it up, and you show up, in need of testing. I am not offended that I was passed over. You think you were passed over? Why? I do not question the wisdom of Redbeard or the Hearts. They choose who to send into danger for their own reasons. I have learned to simply, quietly accept. Well, I can select one hand to enter the dungeons with me. For a moment, his eyes show a glint of interest, maybe even hope. I came to Avadon to serve. I have spent too long not serving. I was born to fight. I am ready. Yeah, what can you do for me? I am a blade master of Avadon. I can stand toe to toe with our foes and defeat them with the blade and armor. And if needed, I can stand in their way to keep them from reaching you. And you are prepared to fight right now. He wraps his armor with his knuckles. Then he rests one hand on the pommel of his blade. I will give everything to prove I can still be a warrior of Avadon. Okay. I need to consider Nathalie, sorry. He deflates slightly. Yes, of course you do. If you take her, I suppose Avadon needs guards in the corridors as much as anything else. Okay. So now we get to choose which one we're going to take with us. I'll look around and see if there's anything else available right now, though. Just in case I miss anything. Looks like some more pots. I don't need those. Nothing this way. Oh, there's something. Okay. There are several locked storerooms back here. They probably contain valuable equipment reserved for someone important. Though, considering the chaos, you doubt anyone would mind if you borrowed something. However, to get the locks open, you will need to find some lockpicks. You use lockpicks to pick locks. Alas, the picks break when used. Shadow walkers and sorceresses have skills that reduce the number of picks you need to open a lock. Oops, there's a barrel. What's that? Animal skin. Sure, we'll take an animal skin. Why the heck not? Anything in this? Let's see, what's this? Bolts of cloth. Interesting. Don't think I need those right now, but maybe later. Okay, get over there. Okay, open the door. Open door. The door is locked and you don't have enough lockpicks. To get open, you need 12 lockpicks. Wow. What about this one? Need 2 lockpicks to open that door, but there again, I still don't have any damn lockpicks, so whatever. I don't see anything lying on the floors. Still see nothing lying on the floors. Okay, I guess we... Oh, there's something there. Oh, a pick. How about that? I'll take it. Let's see. Anything else lying on the floors around here? Ah, there's some stuff there. That looks like another pick and maybe a hammer. Oh, look at that. A mallet, a pick. Sorry about rearranging my inventory here. Just take all this stuff and put it into our junk bag. I don't know why I'm even taking it. Gotta run out of room in my junk bag at that. Jeez. Okay. I didn't see all that stuff laying on the floor, but whatever. Oh wow, look at that. We can take bricks. How about that? A brick. Ouch! Green stuff's nothing. Okay, so I think we're ready to enter the dungeon. However, we've already, believe it or not, been playing for about an hour. Maybe even a little longer. So, I'm going to wrap up this episode here. And I'm not going to go into the dungeon just yet. As you can see, this game is extremely story heavy, which is nice. I enjoy story heavy games. I'm just not exactly sure how well they're going to play out on the YouTubes. So for that reason, I'm going to let you guys let me know. If you like this video, by all means, please hit like. And if you'd like to see more, I would love to turn this game into a, full-on Let's Play. Or playthrough, whichever one you want to call it. If you'd like to see that, let me know in the comments down below. Go ahead and leave a comment that, yeah, we want to see more of Avadon, the Black Fortress. Or if you don't want to see it, you want me to move on to another game, then let me know that in the comments too. I have taken and tried to figure out a game to start as a full playthrough. I'm just not finding one. With close to, if not over 1,000 games to choose from, it makes it really difficult. Yeah. So, I hope you've had as much fun as I have. I know it's a lot of reading, and that's why it doesn't seem to be moving as fast. It's like we haven't done anything. But this should give you a good glimpse of what the game's all about. It's really story-driven. Does it have the best graphics in the world? No. Does it have the best combat system in the world? Well, I haven't really seen a lot of the combat system, so it's a little hard to tell. Does it have a compelling story that I want to keep playing and hear more of? Absolutely. So, there's my recommendation. If you like story-rich, old-school RPGs, highly recommend Avadon. This game looks really good. And I don't mean in the graphical high fidelity sense. I mean the sense of a true story-based RPG. If you've had as much fun as I have, be sure to subscribe. By subscribing, you get to know when our latest videos are coming out. YouTube seems to be improving their subscription. I know for a long time the notification system had been really crappy and nobody got notified when new videos came out, but that seems to be improving. Right now, our upload schedule is still really sporadic. I haven't decided exactly what I want to do. Ultimately, I want to put a video up every day, but I don't know how realistic that is. So, by all means, again, please, if you like what you see here, subscribe and leave a comment below. Hit that like button at the very least so that I know people like this video, and if it gets enough likes, I'll be happy to take and continue the Let's Play. Until next time, I'm Sir Jaxxy, and this has been Avadon, the Black Fortress.